You can see, I have finally found a place with decent internet. Yes, this should be live streaming pretty well. I'm hooked into Wi-Fi. I even took my SIM card out and did some speed tests otherwise to test, because take a look behind me, guys. That's how you do it. That's how you put together a Suitcase studio. And we'll talk about what's coming up. I'm going to be doing some broadcasts. I'm finally settling down for more than 2 days. My sister's getting married Saturday, so I wouldn't expect too much on that day, if anything at all. But John McAfee, dead of an apparent suicide. So the New York Post is reporting that he is dead after the United States saying he was going to be extradited. So I've got Kara Castronova coming on at 7 p.m. Eastern in a little over 2 hours to discuss people that are trying to get together to make sure that those that are being held because of the Capitol incident under some false idea of terrorism, right? And are they throttling you? Is it throttled? Nevada Romo? I hope they're not throttling me. But I'm gonna read it for you. Why not? We haven't done this in a while. Antivirus software tycoon John McAfee died by an apparent suicide in a Spanish jail cell Wednesday evening, hours after reports surfaced that he would be extradited to face federal charges in the U.S., according to local media. The eccentric tech entrepreneur was arrested in October and was awaiting extradition when he was found dead, police sources told the newspaper El País. The newspaper reported McAfee was pulled from his cell in Barcelona, and police are investigating circumstances around his death. So not a ton right now, okay? Everything points to suicide, the newspaper reported, citing Justice Department officials in the country. A second Spanish newspaper, El Mundo, also reported McAfee had died of an apparent suicide in jail. Earlier Wednesday, the Spanish High Court had agreed to extradite McAfee, who had been charged with a number of federal crimes in 2 districts in the United States. McAfee was hit with a 10-count indictment in the Western District of Tennessee in October for allegedly evading taxes on millions of dollars of income. Now here's the deal. I'm looking at this one picture of McAfee. Let's see if we can flip it around right now. Bam. He ain't looking so hot right there. He ain't looking so hot. Like, to give you another example, I remember John Fitch had him on not so long ago. That's him in the jail cell, right? And then I believe, yeah, that's him way after. Those are 2 very, very different looking people. Okay? And, I don't know what to think. It's extremely possible, guys, that he might have taken his own life. I mean, how much longer does John McAfee probably have to live? 15 years, 20 years if he's lucky? You know they're going to put him in prison that long. But that also gives the perfect plausible deniability, right, to do such a thing. So I don't know what else to say. Guys, I know I've been missing a lot of stuff on the road, but, some of these internet rumors are kind of weird, huh? They're kind of weird. Like, I was in D.C. I didn't know any of these internet rumors. And by the way, 154 watching. Can we get those thumbs up? That's supposedly D.C. was shut down and, like, federal buildings were closed. And it's happening, crowd. It's happening, crowd is like, look, this is it. It's happening. Guys, I went to the DOJ yesterday. I went to the Federal Trade Commission. I went to the FBI building. All were open. All were open. So if you guys, and by the way, we talked to somebody at the Federal Trade Commission that didn't want to go on camera. I mean, I'll tell you right now, they're certainly limited capacity. But boy, do they have the most fear in that city. So now I've traveled around a bit. I was in upstate New York. I was very, very pleased to see upstate New York, including the Albany area, extremely lax with masks, if having them at all. And I would say it was even comparable to where I was in Iowa, which surprised me. And then you get to D.C. and everything's open now too, but there's a fenced-in Capitol. Okay, people are still sparsely at work. You can see which lights are on, which floors are open. certain essential things. But then some of the tourist stuff is also opening up. So you saw people on the buses. Some of the people were at the museums. But I want to say it again. You can go check out my Twitter feed. 100% the FBI was open. The DOJ was open. And the Federal Trade Commission was open. And let's talk about that. People do and say things just for clicks. And I have no respect for those people. Like, again, if I make a mistake, I'm going to tell you about that mistake. I'm going to own up to that mistake. No shame in that. No shame in that game at all. Okay? I saw Yeti King that somebody was sending me something like that. I've got to look into it. I'm going to tell you right now, I think I may also do a Q&A, do an AMA. And when we do the AMA, I'll probably have to do half of it just on Rockfin. And by the way, guys, we're less than 200 followers away from Rockfin. So you might as well make that free Rockfin account now, because there's a clip from Fox from the last couple days that somebody sent me with Ron Wilson and Dr. Corey. And I've discussed it. We can't play that on YouTube. And now that we got the Suitcase studio going, guys, again, I want everybody to understand, you can do this too. I don't want to be the only independent journalist out there. I mean, take a look, guys. That's it. Little laptoping tin, portable monitor, ring light, some cords for the third monitor, which is just the hotel, and then a suitcase, little camera bag. Suitcase, little camera bag. And I go hard. I mean, if I want to do the green screen stuff, I could. I think we're going to stay away from that and just use the blur. But we're going to be streaming to Rockfin. So make sure to make that free account. 7 p.m. for sure. Let me say that again. 7 p.m. for sure. We have Kara Castronova on to, again, discuss all these people that are still being held unjustly because of something that the predator class wants to frame as an insurrection. And it is not. And for those tuning in and seeing that John McAfee is dead, because I'm seeing a lot of people come in, yes, John McAfee dead. We showed the pictures of him in jail. Two different outlets are now reporting it, and they're saying suicide. Again, I don't know how much a guy like John McAfee has to live for in prison when, that's a guy that went excess all the way, like shooting guns, open about being with prostitute after prostitute after prostitute, brazen with, saying things like, if Bitcoin isn't $1 million, I think it was by 2020, he would eat his own penis. And let's not forget that, McAfee was accused of murder. I'm not saying he was a murderer, but if you think that someone like that wouldn't be capable of killing somebody in another country, I don't know. I've always been pretty reserved about the character that was John McAfee, because there was certainly a vaudevillian type aspect about him. So thumbs it up, subscribe, share. Remember, guys, we're less than 200 people. That means if the majority of you that are watching right now who don't have a free Rockfin account, go make a free Rockfin account and go follow me there. I will hit 20,000 followers on a platform that does not censor me at the behest of authoritarianism, a predator class, and medical martial law tyranny, by censoring real things that really work and that could really help society, and then deeming me harmful content. Let me repeat that. Deeming me harmful content. I want you to think about that good and hard. Who am I hurting? Who have I hurt? Who has Google hurt? Who has YouTube hurt? Who is basically the military-industrial complex hurt? You tell me. So, guys, I absolutely love you. Thumbs it up, subscribe, share, check out all the documentary films for free. They're still in the playlist section if you're new. If you're new to the Burmese Brigade, because I'm seeing I got a lot of new followers, okay, somehow, some way, and thank you for that. Loose Change Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. Go check them out today. They are free. Spread the word, okay? And then share those videos with as many people as you can so they can get a basis of what's actually happening in this country and around the world. I absolutely love you, and I'll see you on the flip side.